So let's take a look. Wow, what a beauty. A Rickenbacker 330 from 1996 with original keys and the original Rickenbacker Polish thing here. Yeah, it really looks fine. With shutter tuners, but we come to this later. Neck position first. Middle position. And the bridge. Neck rhythm. Metal rhythm. And the bridge rhythm. Neck with delay. Middle position delay. And bridge. So, a little story behind this guitar. This came to me by accident. An old mate from me, Achim, he owns this guitar since 1996. He made a trip to the US, and because he was, or he is still a big fan of The Who and all the old guitarists that played Rickenbacker, he wanted to own one. And what happens he went to a guitar shop and bought one. That's the whole story. But he's not a guitar player, although he plays, I really don't know, I should have asked him, but maybe one time in 2 months or so. So this is an absolutely stunning Zustand. You have to learn more German words. There's not a little scratch on it, but I had to do some work with this guitar and gave it a whole new setup, because this guitar has 2 truss rods, one for the bass sides, one for the treble side, and the truss rod of the treble side was completely loose. So the strings on the high E and B and G string, they were buzzing, and here was absolutely everything okay on the bass side, but on the treble side, yeah, I corrected this for him. Also new strings, new setup, yeah. But let's talk about this guitar. This guitar, at the moment here in Germany, you have to pay for the new model, of course, I think 2,200 euro. That's a lot of money for me. Maybe for other people it's nothing, but for me this is really, really much money. And I always have to think, what do I get for this money? And because of course we are talking about this guitar that's right in my hands, not the guitar I could receive from Thomann. And this guitar is not 2,200 euro worth for me. I come from Fender, I play a lot of Fender and Squiers, and I'm of course used to play these guitars. I also played some Gibsons, but I don't own a Gibson anymore. And when we start here on the headstock, the shutter tuners, these are not really good tuners. They always give me some space, and I played this guitar in the last 2 weeks maybe 15 times, and every time when I open the case and I want to play this guitar is out of tune. So, and when I tune and turn the tuners, there's always a little space. I really don't know what to explain you in a better way, but they're not really good. Then you got, of course, on all semi-hollows or the hollow body guitars that I know, you got a high gloss finish. So that's kind of sticky. I prefer a satin finished necks. And on this model in 1996, you also have got a lacquered fretboard. I really don't know if you can see this. And this feels for me like you're playing on glass. I want to feel the wood and not some kind of lacquer plastic on here. That's also something I really don't like about this guitar. And something strange happened when I played this guitar in my rehearsal room with my band Resche. You see this little, can you see this? This really little white dots on the brownish fretboard. They are very little, and it was kind of dark in the rehearsal room. I always thought, where am I here on the fretboard? So of course you got the bigger markers here on the fretboard, but when you play, you don't play like this and look that way on the fretboard. Yeah, so the orientation marks are over here. Yeah, and the neck is thinner when it comes to this size. I get used to it after a while. It's not so a big problem for me. But when I played this guitar maybe for half an hour or an hour, and then I changed to my Squiers or Fenders, I felt like this fretboard is so large. Yeah. So now, my maybe biggest complaint about this guitar are the pickups. These are high gain single coil pickups, and they are really high gain for single coil pickups. I think they have the same measurement, or they are as loud as my humbucker guitars, okay? Puff style. And the problem for me, not for other people, for me is that I always play with a neck single coil in this way, in this case. And I really don't like the bridge position at all, but on all my guitars I don't like the bridge position. Too harsh and too trebly for me, for my taste. And in all the forums of Rickenbacker, and I read a lot in the last weeks, because I really dig deep into the theme of Rickenbackers, they all complain that this one is too dull, too muddy sounding, and I agree. I will just change over to my Squier Affinity Jazzmaster with ceramic humbuckers, and you will listen and see that they are more trebly than the single coils here. Yeah, and there are 330 capotes in there. Not 500, not 250 as we are used to for single coil humbuckers, no, 330. So some people said in the forum, why not change to 500k? From my experience, from 330 to 500k, that's not a really large step, and I doubt that you will really hear and this single coil will clear out and have a very good sound. I think you have to go to 1M 1000k pots, and you always can regulate with your volume, with your tone potty. Yes, and if you don't like the sound of a guitar, then you can stop. You don't. And when you then think about 2,200 euros for this guitar, Achim would have gave me this guitar for a very good price, but for this price I also have to say I really don't need this guitar. It just not opened my heart completely, and there's so many things I mentioned that I really don't like on this guitar. What I like is that's an old guitar, and that this guitar has a story and everything, but in the end we came not together. The bridge, also something really funny, I think. You have this plate here over to protect the bridge from sweat. I really don't know, or if it's only for optical things. And when this thing is on, and this thing is here, built here, you can't do palm mutes, because you have to, then your hand, my hand is here. So it's very, normally you play here and palm mute here, but you have to go in this position. That's not very comfortable. And this typical R tailpiece from Rickenbacker, kind of complicated to get the strings in here. It's not such a big problem, but when you're not used to do this, you have to do some more work. there are more easy ways to put new strings on a guitar. What I like about this guitar is the idea of this mystical fifth knob. Yeah, this is for the neck pickup, so you can switch. I show you. So here we have also the volume pulleys here are here, and above are the here, oben. Another German word, oben, means up. Are the tone potentiometers. So, and this is you have to switch this in reverse. I just have to look. Okay, so now you only got the bridge pickup. And this is a blend knob, and when you can blend the neck. Oh, that's complicated. The neck, single coil, more in the mix. Now it's full on. And this is the position I like the most, the in-between position. Between this is too muddy, this is much too harsh for me, and the middle position sounds really good. Out of tune again, and I bend the strings. This is unbelievable. These tuners are really shitty. On a 2,200 euro guitar. Sorry for this. Not for shitty, for tuning. But I wanted to show you a quick comparison to my Squire. So I play something with a neck in the neck position. Oh, what could we play? I think this could be enough. Oops. I did it again. So maybe this is not in tune. We will see. Much more trebly and clear sounding. This is unbelievable, and this is the guitar for 200 euro. Euro is a new word. I like it. Eurovision. So, in the end, don't get me wrong. Of course, there are people outside that love Rickenbackers, they love their sound, and that's all fine to me. And it looks really, the look is really gorgeous, I think. Also, the backside, the painting job, everything is shiny on this guitar. But in the end, it's about playability and sound. I think you will agree. And so this is just a try I made with a Rickenbacker, and it's good for me that I have now this experience, because not many people have the ability to play one of these. Because when you want to order here in Germany the 330, you have to wait until I think summer, autumn 2024. Yeah, that's a long time from here. And the used prices are the same, because all the people know when you want a Rickenbacker right now, you can only buy it used. So they also want to have 2,000 bucks for this. And this is not worth money for me. I hope you enjoyed this really short video of mine about the Rickenbacker 330. I really don't say things like hit the subscribe button and follow me. When you like my video, we will follow by your own. And in the next 2 weeks, there will come 2 to 3 new videos. There will be a review about the Harley Benton Baritone. It was out of stock so many months. And because it's my birthday in 10 days, I ordered the Squier Contemporary Jaguar. And I'm so excited about this guitar. It will come tomorrow. And I will show you everything about this. And also a review about the Squier Classic Vibe Jazzmaster I own now for 2 months. And I will do everything with it. Do a new paint job, new pickups, show you all the complaints, show you all the good stuff, and how you make this guitar sound even better than a Fender. No, not even better, but equal to a Fender. Okay, bye. Have a nice day. Your helping hand.